All of you to this 36th All India Criminology Conference of the Indian Society of Criminology. We begin the program with a floral welcome to all the guests and the dais. February 2013 is an international campaign, 1 billion rising. All over the world, men, women joining together, starting a major struggle to stop violence against women. We will begin the inaugural with the theme song of 1 billion rising. National Law University, Delhi has joined in this international campaign to stop violence against women. Yesterday from 3 to 6, we called all the 3 universities in Dwarka, several women's groups, school children, colleges, and other groups have joined yesterday. 3 to 6 in the same hall, we joined in this international campaign for struggle. How do we stop violence against women? So in this context, we are all gathering here to discuss about the major theme, rethinking criminal justice in 21st century, which is as a part of this 36th All India Criminology Conference of the Indian Society of Criminology. We have sub-themes: crime development and criminal justice policies, protection of women, children and elderly, access to justice, sentencing, corrections and reintegration, civil society initiatives in criminal justice, and what is the future of criminology, what is the path and the challenges before the future of criminology. The major theme which is emerging, not only for the last 2 months, maybe an incident in Delhi has ignited this, but the overall is how do we provide freedom, dignity and justice to all the people, particularly the poor and vulnerable communities. That is a challenge, including the women, Dalit and various other marginalized communities. I think in this context, we are looking forward for these 3 days deliberations, how we create a humane criminal justice system. We have about 200 students have registered in this seminar in the All India Criminology Conference. We have about 50 faculty, those who are joining from all over India. We have international participants also joining in this. And this is a unique feature of this All India Criminology Conference is students from criminology, social work, sociology, law participate in this program. With these introductory remarks, now I would request our Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Ranbir Singh, to give the welcome address.
This is a proud moment for me to welcome everybody present here, especially Professor Upendra Bakshi, Professor Emeritus, University of Warwick and Distinguished Professor at National University, Delhi. Honorable Mr. Justice Rajendra Sachar, former Chief Justice of the Delhi High Court, Dr. Sivamurthy, Chairman, Indian Society of Criminology, Professor Thilagraj, Vice Chairman, Indian Society of Criminology, Professor Pandey, President, Indian Society of Criminology, Professor Siegfried Harjog from the Foundation, who has given us a very elaborate funding and arrangements to host this. Professor Chokalingam, Professor Ved Kumari, other Vice Chancellors, faculty and friends, and especially Professor Kishan Rao and Professor Vajpayee. I think they deserve a big applause. They have done the whole thing with us. I also extend a very warm welcome to all the chairs, co-chairs, speakers, dignitaries, participants, faculty members, and very special welcome to dear students, those who are working day and night, receiving delegates in the Nehru Yuva Kendra and also in the university. I saw them working almost whole night. Great job. And ladies and gentlemen, we are already late, and for everything you can blame the Delhi traffic. That's a good thing in Delhi. I will be very brief. I happened to read one paragraph, and surprising thing is that it is written by one of the British administrators in the year 1912. And sir, the name of that book was The Little World of an Indian District Officer, published by Macmillan, London. And the para is like this, I quote, "In England, justice goes to the people. In India, the people had to come to the justice. The litigant had to find his way to this strange tribunal in an unknown land as best he could, in charge of the police, whose tender mercies he dreaded alone. If he went alone, it was not for long. Around the courts were swarms of petty lawyers who had their touts on the roads and the villages. Longer he came within the hail of the court, he had been fastened upon several of these and persuaded that his only chance of success was to put himself in their hands, say what they tell him to say, pay what they ask him to pay, and when and whom they are told to do so. Above all, to beware of telling the truth. It would never be believed. In those strange cases, there was no common ground. Whatever one side asserted, the other denied. All witnesses were tutored. Whether true or not to begin with, the case as presented on both sides was invariably concocted. I, for one, came to the conclusion that nearly all save a few of the graver cases were episodes in some disputes not before the court. The parties were not the real parties, but puppets of others who remained in the background, paying for and directing the proceedings. I leave it to you to find out how much we have changed from 1912. Another very able writer, Pendle Moon wrote, I'll just read one paragraph, a layman, still more an illiterate peasant, who endeavored to prosecute his own complaint or conduct his own defense in one of our Indian courts, had not the remotest chance of success. The procedure and rules of evidence were so elaborate that even educated persons did not understand them, and proceedings were conducted in a language unintelligible to the majority of the litigants. The courts were sham, mockery in which police, witnesses, lawyers, and judges all played their part in producing or using evidence which they know to be false. This was in 1962, written by Neil Walter. The title of the book was Economic Change in Rural India, and the Yale University Press, 1962. Friends, I happened to read an article by John Wilson long back. He says, do you know that 70% of the criminals escape punishment in the city of Delhi? Do you know that more than 40% of the persons branded as accused by the police are either acquitted or discharged? Do you know that 22% convicted cases, majority are either accident cases or petty cases, where the accused have no choice but to plead guilty? Do you know why it happens? And the reasons stated are, he finds the following factors are responsible. The cops goof up during the investigation, the prosecutor do not do their homework, and the judges are overworked only on disposing the cases. The criminals as a result walk out of the prison honorably acquitted or discharged, and even on the grounds that case files are missing. To conclude, I don't want to stretch this too long. May I admit I overemphasized certain points to drive home a point. Maybe I offended some, but this I have done deliberately to give rise to a sense of shortcomings in the criminal justice system in India. I have also slightly overexposed the problems faced by the body politics, just to bring low visibility areas into sharp focus. My defense is that only sincere integrity is superior to expediency. And I close by what George Bernard Shaw said long back. It is not only good for the people to be shocked occasionally, but absolutely necessary to the progress of the society that they should be shocked pretty often. If that job is done, we need to look for solutions. Thank you very much. I welcome all.
Thank you, sir. Now I would invite Professor R. Tiligaraj, Vice Chairman, Indian Society of Criminology, to present report of the Indian Society of Criminology. Professor Tiligaraj.
Good morning to everybody, dignitaries and the dais, friends, my dear students. The Indian Society of Criminology was established in the year 1970. It is a professional organization which works for the cause of development of criminology in India with the objectives of advance the study, research and application of criminology and allied sciences for the welfare of the society, to promote the organization and utilization of criminological research, education and services, to facilitate cooperation among persons and institutions interested in the study of the phenomena of crime and criminal behavior. In consonance with the multidisciplinary nature of criminology, the society attracted representative membership spread all over the country and abroad. The members are criminologists, criminal justice professionals, social and behavioral scientists, and social workers. To achieve the objectives of the society, periodical conferences, seminars, training programs, and workshops are organized in various places of the country with themes of current relevance. Also, research studies on various issues in criminal justice are undertaken. So far, 35 annual conferences similar to this have been organized in various parts of the country. All these conferences were very well attended by academics, professionals, and NGOs. The resolutions of these conferences were communicated to the state and central government for their effective implementation. The last conference was organized in the Tata Institute of Social Sciences, Mumbai. In the year 1993, drug abuse prevention and treatment centers were established with the financial assistance of the Ministry of Social Welfare, Government of India. These centers conducted community awareness programs on evil effects of drug abuse and alcoholism and also provided free psychological treatment to alcoholic and drug abusers from the rural areas. The society has instituted most prestigious awards. They are the ISC Kumarappa Reckless Award, ISC Professor Dr. S.S. Srivastava Memorial Award for Excellence in Teaching and Research in Criminology, ISC Dr. B.S. Hekelwal and Professor Sushil Chandra Award for Senior Social Scientist, and ISC Fellowship Awards in recognition of the outstanding contribution to the field of criminology, criminal justice sciences, and the development of Indian Society of Criminology. The Society publishes Indian Journal of Criminology, a professional journal, twice in a year, comprising of articles based on empirical studies and also articles in general on current issues in criminology and criminal justice sciences. Besides the journal, the Society also brings out a news bulletin to all members of the Society in order to update developments in criminology and criminal justice in India and abroad. The Indian Society of Criminology has also local branches in Madurai, Pondicherry, Tiruchirappalli, Hyderabad, Bangalore, Sagar, Mumbai, Kolkata, Bhopal, Aurangabad, Bhubaneswar, and Dharwad, with a view to further the activities of the Society and also to facilitate mutual conduct of the members of the Society in various regions. Amidst various developments in the activities of society, it is worth to mention the focus of the Society in more recent issues like cyber crimes, crimes against women, alternate dispute resolution system, security management, police reforms, other such relevant areas. At present, the Society has undertaken a study on reporting behavior of crime victims, a dynamic approach to police and public interface, which is funded by the Bureau of Police and Research and Development. It is planned and proposed to take many more such research activities by the Society in the future in both national and international level. I take this opportunity to thank every member of the Society, friends and well-wishers on the occasion for being so supportive in this march. Thank you one and all.
Thank you, Professor Tilgaraj. Now I would request Dr. A. Shivamurthy, Chairman, Indian Society of Criminology, to speak about the presentation of ISC awards and citations.
Our learned Vice Chancellor, Dr. M.B. Singh, the former Chief Justice, Justice Rajendra Shashi, distinguished Chief Guest, Professor Upendra Bakshi, the dynamic Organizing Secretary, the Registrar, Sri Krishnadeva Rao, delegates, invitees, ladies and gentlemen. I am pleased to present the citation for the recipients of the various awards from the Indian Society of Criminology. Dr. Kumarappa Reckless Award is presented to a senior person who has done significant contribution to teaching, research or administration in the broad field of criminology or correctional administration. The Executive Council of the Indian Society of Criminology, on the recommendation of the Search Committee, resolved to present the ISC Kumarappa Reckless Award to Professor Merajuddin Mir. Merajuddin, please. Professor Merajuddin was born on 17th October 1951. He obtained LLB and LLM and PhD from Aligarh Muslim University, Aligarh. Before joining teaching profession, he was practicing as a lawyer in the Jammu and Kashmir High Court. He possesses 37 years of teaching experience with a specialization in law of crimes, law of torts and family laws. He has completed more than 7 research projects funded by the Indian Council of Social Science Research, New Delhi, Ministry of Welfare, Bureau of Police Research and Development, and currently, etc. Currently, he is engaged in the UGC-sponsored major research project on a study of the efficacy and future challenges of criminal justice system, victims' perspective, and the resultant effect of these things. He has guided a number of research scholars. Professor Merajuddin has published 2 books and edited 4 books. He is a fellow of Max Planck Institute of International Criminal Law, Germany, and he is a fellow of the Indian Network of Researchers. And Professor Merajuddin is also a fellow of the Indian Society of Criminology and the recipient of ISC Senior Social Scientist Award in the year 2007. He conducted a number of seminars and conferences. He also worked as the Registrar, Controller, and Director of Academic Staff College, the University of Jammu and Kashmir. He has visited several countries. Professor Merajuddin also organized many national and international conferences and workshops. He was the organizing secretary of the 33rd All India Criminology Conference during 2006 at Kashmir. In recognition of the significant contribution that Professor Merajuddin has made, the Council of the Indian Society of Criminology is proud to confer on him the prestigious ISC Kumarappa Reckless Award. May I now request the chief guest to present the award to Professor Merajuddin. The award carries a small amount cash and a citation. Thank you. The ISC Dr. B.S. Haikarwal and Professor Sushil Chandra Award for Social Scientist is awarded to a person who is a senior social scientist with a significant contribution to criminology through his or her high quality of research work. The Executive Council of the Indian Society of Criminology, on the recommendation of such committee, resolved to present the award to Professor Ved Kumari. May I request Professor Ved Kumari to come to the dais. Professor Ved Kumari began teaching law in the year 1983. She was the chairperson of the Delhi Judicial Academy during 2009-2011. She is the first woman academic to be appointed as the head of the Department of Judicial Academy anywhere in India. She became the fellow of the Commonwealth Judicial Education Institute, Canada, in the year 2010. She spent 1 year in Russia doing research on law and advocacy in relation to children in Russia. Ms. Ved Kumari received a Commonwealth Fellowship in the year 1998 and did research on juvenile justice system in UK at the Warwick University, UK. She is also received a Fulbright Fellowship and taught a course on children and law at the Vanderbilt University, USA. The village immersion program conducted by her is a pioneer in the country. She has also conceived the idea of e-course in judicial ethics and conduct. She formulated and conducted 2 taught workshops in teaching methods for judicial officers. She has also worked widely in the area of juvenile justice and also authored many books on the topic. In recognition of significant contribution to criminology through her quality of research work, the Indian Society of Criminology is pleased to present Dr. P.S. Haikarwal Professor Sushil Chandra Award for the Senior Social Scientist to Ved Kumari. The next award is a Fellowship Award. The ISC Fellowship Award is presented to a person who has helped to advance the objective of the Indian Society of Criminology through the channel of ISC by helping the organization of the conferences, seminars and other activities by participating in the varied programs and helping the society to grow. The Executive Council of the Indian Society of Criminology, on the recommendation of such committee, resolved to present first the ISC Fellowship Award to Professor N. Manohar. Since Professor Manohar is not able to attend this conference, I request Professor Tilakaraj to receive this award. This award.